we wanted to talk about something that we've talked a lot about on our desk, which is setting up the opportunity to scalp trade, to scalp different patterns that are showing up in the market right now. We're in mid-March of 2022, and the tape has been different, the price action's been different, but there's been a tremendous amount of opportunity. And Alex, I think you've done a great job with this, and so we wanted to kind of share this in a really quick video to talk through some of the opportunities that we've seen and hopefully help others see these as well. So we're going to call this Setting Up the Right Scalp Patterns with Alex. Alex, take it away.
Okay, so first we're going to talk about stock selection. So right away in the morning or the previous night, I'm scanning, looking for liquid stocks that are going to be in play for the next day, and I'm looking for actionable levels and areas that fit my playbook and can potentially just give me low risk spots, because I think it's very key that you have low risk spots to work off of in order to make money. If you can't find low risk spots, then it's going to be hard to make money. So like I said, just looking for either the largest movers up or down the previous day and why they made their moves, looking for the largest gappers post and pre-market, whether it's earnings or some news, some new press release, whatever that is, just looking for the largest gappers. And then also always looking and scanning for the best technical setups, relative strength and relative weakness wise. So, just kind of tight patterns that are getting tight. They're either making new highs or new lows. I always am trying to kind of look through my watch list and see what kind of sectors are in play, relative weakness or relative strength wise. So what sectors are making 52-week highs and what sectors are making 52-week lows. And then kind of just having an idea of what is causing the name to be in play. Like I said, is it news? Is it earnings? Is it an upgrade? Is it a downgrade? Is it sector related? There's all these different things that can affect the stock that can put it in play, and you want to know why it's in play, right?
What I think is so important is on our desk, scalping is not something we do blindly. We put a lot of work into selecting the right stocks to scalp. You don't just sit there and say, I'm going to scalp the airlines today because the airlines have sort of been in play. No. You have to evolve to make sure if you're going to scalp, you're going to scalp in the opportunities that are set up for you that day. You can't just scalp Apple every day because it trades a ton of volume. You're really putting yourself in the best opportunity possible by getting your stock selection down the right way first.
If you want to learn 3 more real-world setups that our traders use, including the simple setup that we teach all of our new traders, and the setup that turned one of our traders into a 7-figure big money earner, check out the free webinar that we're currently running. Just go ahead and click the link that should be appearing now at the top right-hand corner of your screen. That will open up the free registration page in a new window, so don't worry, you won't lose this video. You can also visit tradingworkshop.com to register for this free intensive workshop. You're going to learn more in a couple of hours from this trading workshop than from years of online education.
Okay, so then execution. So when I'm thinking about how I want to execute on a name, I'm trying to make something I learned at S&B is you want to always have if-then statements and kind of multiple scenarios. So I'm always going over, if this happens, then I'm going to do this. Like, so for example, if I'm short a stock and it starts to build above VWAP and I'm seeing, some volume come in, I'm going to cover my short. Or if, it's getting extended to the downside from volume and I'm seeing, if it's getting extended to the downside from VWAP and I'm seeing volume dry up, then maybe, I have a statement that says, okay, now I need to take some profits off. So yeah, having those if-then statements, I think it can just keep you from being a Monday morning quarterback where you're just waking up and just slinging random stocks off random levels. And yeah, it just can kind of help you attack the market more in a risk-first way.
Most importantly in this, you're setting the stage for your mind. So to avoid Monday morning quarterback, when you're scalping patterns, you can't scalp a pattern super late. You can't be like, oh, that pattern's playing out, but I missed my ideal entry, so I'm going to take a different entry, because your risk reward is completely skewed at that point. So by putting these if-then statements in for a couple different ideas, you're setting the stage so if this happens, then I have opportunity. And you're not hesitating to act, you're not building it in that moment, you're preparing yourself to execute the way you want to execute on that day, and you've already done the work to select the stock for your execution.
Exactly. And then the market can't trick you because, you have a plan for every situation. Okay, and then just talking about tape. So just some of the main things, just highlighted some things that I'm always looking at in the tape. I'm always looking at the volume. Is it expanding? Is it contracting? Is it above average? Is it below average? VWAP is a great level to manage risk against and see how much supplier demand is hitting the marketplace. The best longs are going to stay above VWAP all day because there's enough demand in the marketplace to keep them above VWAP, where the best shorts, in my opinion, are going to stay below VWAP all day because there's enough supply hitting the marketplace to keep them below. What time in the day is it? Is it opening rotation? Is it mid-noon? Is it, is it 2 o'clock? I always want to know timing. I always want to know my key levels, not just regular VWAP, but AVWAP. Always like to kind of mark out larger time frame moving averages. Like I said earlier, are we retesting the VWAP on shallow volume and then moving off the VWAP on a pickup in volume? Like, what is the flow of the tape? Always looking for large offers on level 2. Always trying to watch the tick, advanced decline, ADD. And then always watching the indexes, and then always kind of looking at the VIX, just kind of gauging what type of environment we're in. And then I just have 2 pictures of some simple setups that I think were in play. The one on the left is BBBY. It had a gap up of over 100% on a catalyst, on a press release catalyst. And then on the right we have Rivian. I think this is a great example of shorting something off VWAP. It had a gap down on a negative news catalyst. You can see it traded down, and it had relative weakness on volume, and you can see it had a little build on its VWAP sideways, and then had a huge pickup in volume, and that was a nice little scalp trade. And if you're reading the tape, you can also see when that supply stops hitting the market and it dries up, we snap back up right away. So I think those are 2 good examples of finding stocks in play with BBBY gapping up and Rivian having a negative news catalyst to make it tradable for the day.
And what you've done really well is you're setting the stage for what scalps can show up, for what trades can show up. You can approach this and say, I'm just going to scalp all day, every day, and that's fine. But if you're not putting yourself in the right stocks for you, you're gonna run into a lot of problems scalping. And that's really also a lot of why we do the prep work in the morning, because then when you find an opportunity during our live call, or even if you're in a random Discord group or in a great Discord group with some amazing other traders, when you're making a call out, you want to call out something that you're seeing. I look at the BBBY chart and it's like, okay, we're holding the lows, we can scalp the lows. Okay, we can scalp the open. You could scalp the little breakdowns. With Rivian, you could scalp the low. You could try and bounce it if you really wanted to later in the day, but you certainly can scalp the VWAP, the VWAP retracement, that first one that you have pointed out so well. Those are really important call outs. So if you're looking for a way to get better as a scalper, make sure you're setting the stage appropriately for your trading for the day. And then if you're looking to get better as a trader, make sure you're making the right call outs during the day. And if you're calling out things that you've A, set the stage for really well, and B, you're seeing that opportunity, it doesn't have to be in a group with us. It can be with any other traders around you. But if you're calling those out as, hey, this is a really good scalp, and other people can get involved, other people can see what you're thinking, you're going to make everyone else so much better that the entire trading community as a whole is going to continue to improve and get better and adjust to these really unique market conditions that we're in right now.
Totally agree. Totally.
Awesome. I think that's it for today, but thanks a lot for sharing.
Hey, go ahead and click our subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos that we're producing for you in the trading community. And please take the time to add your feedback in the comments section for what videos you'd like for us to produce next and what you found helpful from this video. From all of us at S&B, train and trade well.